Now from here, I try to go to effects of inflation on variety of economic activities. This is the section from where questions preferably come in PT. Though no such subtopic or chapter you find in inflation in all world famous books on economics. Okay, I tried to create a part in my book in inflation chapter, that is I think chapter 7, because questions were asked from the experience of this kind. I tried to collect them together. Rather, no such chapter exists in any books that could be titled as economics. So it might be a bit weak because there is no basis on which I am creating, but with the help of discussion in the classroom and when you read the text over there, the things get clear and you will be capable to handle any objective question related to effects of inflation. Clear? Now see, okay, inflation depends on broadly three variables. We know market, demand supply, that is market, cost of production and money flow in the system. It means that inflation is a quite dynamic and liquid thing. It keeps changing on broadly three dynamics, and when inflation changes, so it leaves impact on great many other things. When everything changes its goalpost and position, this is what is found in the economic system. Rather, suppose there are 11 things which will have impact of inflation, and you are supposed to know about impact of inflation on any one. So while you are showing impact of inflation on any one variable, other variables are not constant, but you will have to consider constant, otherwise you won't be able to understand. But in real life, all variables are changing their positions. In economics, you will find that suppose this happens, so what will happen on this? So text will hint you, it may happen like this. But UPSC will take it, it will necessarily happen, okay? Because this is the way how questions are asked. So you should be careful. Here I am trying to connect the impact of inflation on great many variables one on one. It means the rest of variables are constant, they are not changing. And our consideration is suppose inflation rate goes up, then what will happen? Inflation rate was 4%, now it is 5%. So what will be the difference between 4 to 5? This is our consideration. In every discussion, inflation is supposed as rising. First question which is repeatedly asked, what impact inflation leaves on borrowers? Okay? Borrowers. So there must be some people who will be known as lenders. Their economic interests are contradictory, paradoxical. Bank is a typical lender, and we are typical borrowers as consumers of loan, retail consumers. So if bank wants to earn more profit out of lending business, they will charge a bit higher interest. It will hurt us. If we want cheap loan, the profitability of bank will get hurt. It means that lenders and borrowers are paradoxically connected, but without each other, they can't live their life. The problem is this. In this antagonistic situation, suppose inflation is leaving borrowers in gain, the inflation will be necessarily putting the lenders in loss. This is the thing which you understand. On the other hand, suppose that increasing inflation is helping borrowers save money, so decreasing inflation will damage them. But question has been always asked, putting in frame of picture rising inflation, because India has been a country of rising inflation. But you may be asked falling inflation also, so vice versa. It means one impact and four possible answers are there. So when inflation goes up, the borrowers runs in gain. Borrowers gain. It means that they run in plus. Okay? When inflation rate increases, so those who have taken loan, they run in gain, profit. Then who goes in loss? Lenders. And suppose inflation has fallen down, so they will run in loss and banks will gain. There is no need to cram this. We need to understand this. How does it basically occur? Imagine that last year, in 100 rupees you used to buy 2 kg of sugar. Sugar got 10% costlier. So now you need 110 rupees to buy same kgs of sugar. You need now more money. Money inflation had hurted you. You are paying 10% extra. Up suppose last year somebody borrowed or you borrowed from someone 100 rupees. There was no interest element. You are going to return them this year. How much really you should return them? 110? But will you? You will return only 100. Who pocketed 10? You as borrower. I told you yesterday that money has got value by the fact that how much commodity it can buy. So when you borrowed 100 rupees, so the guy who gave you loan, he was able to purchase 2 kg sugar. So when you return back 100 rupees, he should be able to buy 2 kg sugar. But to buy 2 kg sugar, he need to add 10. This is direct loss. You understand? Okay? Understand? Very clear? It is very simple. It is very layman. The year you borrowed, sugar was coming 2 kg. The year you return, the lender must be able to buy 2 kg sugar. Otherwise, he will feel loss. But you did not give 110 because this is not the law and rule of lending and borrowing. How lender can neutralize the damage? By charging interest. But if his interest rate is 10%, so there is no benefit out of business. The interest rate will be always 10% plus. This is how banking business is managed. I tried to expose you little bit more variables. By now there was one variable, so who goes in loss or profit. But now I included interest as another variable. So suppose inflation has gone up. So whether interest rate should fall or go up. This is how inflation index bonds are prepared. Clear? Because every inflation increase erodes the profitability of banks. They might go out of business if this thing occurs. यहाँ तक ठीक है? ये बात समझ में आएगी नहीं? Just this much. Not think about interest because we have to discuss that particularly. Because when we use the term interest, so we are using a wrong word. What is interest? General people hardly know what is interest. But still, inflation rate is hooked to inflation as an anchor. It is an anchor. If inflation goes up, interest rate should go up. UPSC believes that it will necessarily go up. But in reality, it should go up. Banks might not decide to revise interest rate upward due to several reasons. Okay? But this much is clear how inflation benefits borrowers and how it hurts the economic interest of lender. यहाँ तक ठीक है? Second.